Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beamng Drive Tough Truck Challenge. My name is Dirty Dan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are running with the Burnside Special. This is going to be the custom edition. I don't know how well this is going to go. I know that the last couple of cars didn't go as well as I wanted them to go. So I guess we'll find out just how long this one will last. No turn. As I have mentioned multiple times throughout the series, by the way, this series would not be possible if it was not for Fail Race's original concept on the Tough Truck Challenge, the Driven to Destruction series that he's got. I highly recommend you check him out. Oh, turn around. He is the one that got me into thinking which out of all these cars are going to be the one to last the longest. I always assumed that the police cars and the rally cars would be tougher than the rest of the cars combined. Unfortunately, it does not seem to be the case. From what I've seen so far, it seems like the faster the car, the more damage it deals to itself, and not really dependent on the suspension. I would think that being a slower car, the base model car wouldn't have the suspension to handle stuff like this, whereas the sports car edition would. By the way, as you can see here, I have removed the irritating little spinny boys that I can't seem to get to spin. I figured out how to get them to spin, and now I feel stupid, but seeing as I've already done the series so far without having them present, I didn't think it would be a good idea to go ahead and add them back to the series right now. So I guess we're just going to have to keep removing them and go from there. Engine is already damaged. That took a heck of a blow to that front end there. Suspension's already sagging. It's kind of harder to control now. I feel like that spin around, that was probably my fault though. If you're wondering about the, I never mentioned this before, but if you were wondering about the UI that I have in the bottom right, by the way, this is called the Endurance HUD. I can't remember who it's by, but it is on the repository. If you want to check it out, just look up Endurance HUD, and this should be the first one to pop up. It's got a lot more information about the vehicle that you wouldn't get on a standard HUD, such as the temperature, the total distance driven, which is a godsend because the standard total driven distance thing that we've got now, we have access to, it's kind of glitched out sometimes. So this gives us a more accurate representation of what we could use. I'm losing steering in the front end now. I'm going to try to rotate this thing back around again. So far, it seems like it's driving pretty decent. My oil temperature is up a little bit higher than I'd like it to be. Ooh, another nasty landing. It doesn't seem to like landing on his face, but we are up onto lap 2 now. Oh, this is gonna be a bad landing. I'm gonna lose the tire on this one. Maybe not. Did I lose steering? No, I did not. I am still going, surprisingly enough. Not having ABS, by the way, is kind of a downer for me. I'm so used to being able to just slam the brakes on if I want to, and the ABS, saving me. Definitely makes driving an older car like this a little bit more difficult, but that's part of the charm in these old cars like this. Oh, nasty, nasty. I did just blow a tire. Looks like passenger side rear. Nope, I was wrong. Driver side rear. Surprisingly, made it across that little section there. That front suspension, that front tire is completely busted. So surprisingly, I'm still able to turn, but between the front right and the rear driver's side, it doesn't seem to like holding very well on the road. But come across these little spots again, as long as that front tire doesn't get caught at a weird angle, it shouldn't rip it off. It does not like turning at all. Gotta be a little more careful with the throttle, but that's just how things go in this series so far. I don't plan on doing any mods around here, except for the last one that I did. I did the little monster truck version last time. I really enjoy doing little things like that at the end of the series, and I think at the end of each series that I do, I guess I technically could do a little mod showcase at the end of them. Uh, Spoiler alert on this one. Ooh, bad landing, very bad landing. That's a radiator gone, and surprisingly, it's still going. But anyway, spoiler alert on this one is going to be one of my favorite mods at the end of it. It's going to be the Subaru Impreza WRX hatchback. I think it's a 2014, but I could be mistaken. But I want to see kind of how far it goes. You know, the standard edition. I won't go too crazy with it. But once I finish with all of the standard cars, I may switch to a different map. But I know that I want to see how far all these cars will go on this map, and then I'll try to find another map that I don't really want to use one that he's used before, but their maps that he has been using so far have been absolutely amazing. My favorite one that he's got that I can't seem to find one without the texture glitch is the Baja Rama circuit. That's always been one of my favorite tracks to run on, especially the humps in the back of the track, but unfortunately, it's kind of hard to find a version of that nowadays that has the entire series or the entire track in one spot without the texture glitch. Coolant is now overheating. I'm at 245, or for you uh, other users, we're at 123. Oh, I'm having trouble accelerating. Come on, baby, you can do it. We are coming up on the lap 3, which I'm extremely impressed with. Did not expect this one to last this long. And I don't really feel like I'm babying the car at all. I feel like I'm still pushing it as far as I can go. It's just it's a little bit more dangerous in this car to gun it full out everywhere than it would be for one of the other cars because it's got so much horsepower that it blows the tires off. I mean, this is floored right here, and it's barely keeping the track. Piston rings are now blown. I think it's also blown the head gasket too, but it's still driving. I'm still above 30 miles an hour, so as you remember from well, I'm not sure if you do or not. If you haven't seen my last one, I have a rule where if the car cannot do 25 or faster around the circuit, then I won't allow it to continue. It's at that point, it's considered a fail. If I can keep it above a certain speed, and right there, engine is down. 4.19 miles or 6.74 kilometers. The car ran exceptionally well. I'm actually really surprised that it did that far. I think this is one of my furthest ones, but I'll have to double check the footage from the last series and find out how long that one went. So I will be right back with the next car, and I will see you guys then. And here we have the lead sled. This one is a slightly different body shape on it than the standard edition, and so I'm wondering if it being lower to the ground and all that stuff, if that's going to be an issue. I guess is probably going to be the case. Uh, I am going to have to be careful with over revving it because, as you've seen back there, I did tack off the rev limiter and I ended up finding out there is no rev limiter on this one. Already damaged the oil pan, which is not a good sign for this car. It has taken one heck of a beating already. Those jumps could have gone a lot better than what they did, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Come on, I'm having trouble getting back on the road. For any car that goes through the oil pan that quickly, I guarantee you the jumps up here are going to absolutely nail the underside of the car, probably damaging the engine as well as the oil pan. Hey, I just lost the hubcap. Oh yeah, this thing is not easy to control. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's try to get this back on the road again. I mean, it's going straight, so I don't know what my deal is. That was probably the best case scenario for that little section back there. Here, as long as I don't bottom out, I'm thinking I should be okay around this turn. Yeah, I'm not bottoming out yet, so that's best case scenario for that as well. Now, here comes the fastest part of the track. Oil is already overheating, so I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if it's going to make it. I definitely feel like I'm down on power already, and engine is damaged, and we have a rollover. So, same with failure race. Rules are I cannot turn the car off. If it rolls, I just have to deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in reverse, try to get back on the road. I did just stall it out. It fired right back up, however, so we're going to keep going. Car does not seem to want to function the way that it did before. It is smacking the ground every chance it gets, and I'm a little afraid to get into it because of how squirrely this thing can be, so. Connecting rod bearings have just gotten damaged, so that's going to be a lot of power loss right there. Very hard landing on the front passenger side. Oil is definitely overheating. I'm at 170 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, and 350 almost Fahrenheit. Cannot seem to keep this thing in the middle of the road at all. So far, so good though. It looks like we are going to make it into lap 2 unless something catastrophic happens between here and the starting line. Another fast part of the track. Another hard landing. I'm losing the front bumper now, and it looks like I'm going to drag it with me until either it falls off or I rip it off. Oil is overheating. It's honestly kind of to be expected at this point, so. Beautiful transition there. Best case scenario for that as well. I am going to keep trying to take this turn here, but it's very difficult to. A lot of times I'm carrying too much speed to go through that, so it just kind of cuts the corner real bad, but that's not too big a deal because most other places up here it's very hard on the car anyway, so I figure one corner isn't going to kill it, you know? That's not going to disqualify it, so I'll throw it back into first because I can't seem to get the power out of it in second. I am to the floor right now, and it is not functioning very well, so I cannot turn to the right. There it goes. Okay, we're going to throw it back into first again, try to get some speed back up to it. Back over 30 miles an hour again, so we are good. It is still in the running. I bet this is where she goes out. That's if I can even keep it on the track. Yeah, I bet this is where it busts right here. Piston rings are damaged. Huh, surprisingly it didn't do like I expected it to do. With how damaged she is, I kind of figured she'd stall out and die right there. Head gasket is now blown, and I don't think she's gonna have it in her for the third lap so far. Hopefully she surprises me though. Keeping it just above 20 miles an hour. Landing straight on the nose right there, which sucks, but it'd be a lot worse. Yeah, this one actually may get disqualified before it even hits it because it's barely keeping it 25 miles an hour. Back up to 30 again. It does not have the power to go into second, so we're just going to have to keep, dogging it. So, coming up onto lap 3, I'll be surprised again, like I said, if she makes it. I believe the last version is a drag car, and I don't think it's going to last very long at all. I'm not 100% sure if it is or not, though. I'll have to double check. Yeah, that's lap 3 right there. We made it to lap 3. We're at 3 miles right now. And right there, I think she's had it. I'm going to keep pushing it because I kind of want the motor to blow. But it's not the first time I've had to disqualify a car for it not being able to reach the top speed. Okay, we're back up to 30 again. I'm gonna make a bet that it lasts until the turn up here. The one with the water right here. I'm on, you can do it. And right there, the water just killed it. Yep, motor is gone. We are at 3.59 miles or 5.78 kilometers. So this thing didn't last quite as long as the last variant did. I'm thinking because of it being lower to the ground, that's why it didn't last as long. But it had the power. Just didn't seem to want to go as far as the last one did. So let me go ahead and pull up the last car for the Burnside special, and we'll try that one out as well. And here we have it, guys. This is the drag edition Burnside special. Obviously, I'm going to have to baby the living crap out of it because it will not allow me to go wide out everywhere because of how much horsepower it's got. But very bad landing immediately. Engine is damaged and oil pan is already damaged, but car's got the power to do it, so it's going to have to do it. And again, cutting that corner there because it does not have the turning capacity to do it. Honestly, that should be a disqualification, but it's okay. Alright, so coming up onto the weird turns right here. Hey, it's drifting a little bit. Okay, don't want to do that too much. I got a little too brave there. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, and lock the brake up, throw it back to drive, and take off again. This is very nasty for it. I'll be surprised if I don't end up with a broken axle in the back. Not the drive shaft, but an actual axle, like the mounting part between the motor and the axle. I've seen a lot of times where these old cars like this will break that axle mounting and it will completely destroy everything. So it looks like we're going to wreck it here. Best case scenario though, so we're going to go ahead and flip this thing back over. I don't see it having that much power long term because I'm sure eventually it's going to get down on power and not going to be able to hit that turn like that. So already kind of folded up on itself right now, but she's still going. So we just passed the 1 mile mark, and we're gonna push this hard. Actually, I'm already down on power. I'm already flooring it right now, and it's barely even going. So this one is not gonna last as long as the last one. I almost bet money on that. Nosedive right there. That was a mirror or a headlight one. I think it was a headlight actually. Oh come on, don't do it. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not gonna last. I bet I get at least one, maybe 1.5 or 2 laps out of this one. But the fact that it's already down on power this badly through lap 1 does not bode well for the car. And man, that hood view, I guarantee you, is a mess right now. Another hard landing. It wasn't as bad as it could have been though, but barely keeping up to 30 miles an hour, which is very lackluster compared to what I was the first pass through on here. Cutting out already, you hear it? There's some more parts of the car over there. I'm at 500 degrees Fahrenheit for the oil, so if this water does not pull the oil down, pull the motor down a little bit, I'm screwed. I dropped it down to 400, so as long as I can get the power back up to 25, we're at 25 now. I bounce back and forth between 25 to 28. It's nice not having to sit there and lock the brakes up to make the turn, though. There's that at least, I guess. Back up to 30 miles an hour again, so we're back in the clear. And with this fairly decently. Oh yeah, I can hear it. It's getting ready to go. You hear it? I at least want to make it to. I'll be happy if I can make it to this jump right here. I want to clear this jump again just to get to it. And we're going to push it as hard as we can, just see if I can get to lap 2. Lap 3, actually. I'm sorry. This will be lap 3. Oh, yeah. No, it's not even... It's dipping way down below my threshold, so... Right. That was sad. Alright, so it's got to the second turn up here to get back up to 25. Figured the mud would blow, but I have now hit the second turn, and I can't get it to go past 20. I can't get past 25, so unfortunately, and I'm sorry, but that's it for this car. Obviously, I wanted it to go further than that, but they have a rule, like I said, 25 miles an hour. If it can't keep 25 miles an hour, it's no good. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in the last car for you guys, and we're going to test out one of my favorite mods that I've ever found on here. It's actually one of the most amazingly sounding mods, too, and realistic as well. So let's spawn that in now. I'll see you guys in just a minute. And here we have the bonus car for this week. So, I'm going to be honest with you, I already recorded this section, and it didn't seem to... I immediately wrecked it. I'm going to count that as my own fault, so just so you kind of see, it's kind of weird. But it sounds so freaking good. The last time I did that, it nosedived there, and then it rolled, and that kind of screwed me. And so I ended up, unfortunately, having to drive it around with it barely reaching 20 miles an hour, so it would have failed there, but I counted that one as my own fault because I was the one that wrecked it. So I don't really want to show that footage because I feel like that I didn't really do the car justice. That was completely my fault. I got a little distracted with something in real life, and I wrecked it. That's my fault. So this one will get a second chance. This is this one does get a second lease on life because of my own mistake. Now, if it would have happened with the Burnside or the Sunburst that I did last week, then again I would have done the same thing that I'm doing now, and I would have just cut that footage and started over. But I didn't want to be dishonest with you guys and let you guys know that I did start over on this myself. This is going to be a very nasty landing because we are absolutely booking it. Oh, crap. So that's front right half shaft busted. And unfortunately, I'm going to pick it up from the roof right here. And we're going to try to straighten that wheel out because I don't think that's going to... Oh, yeah, no, it's completely backwards. I don't know if that's going to do anything. All right, we're going to try it. I will allow the removal of a tire if it starts hindering me too much. But the fact that I can still drive with it like that, I'm going to go ahead and swing it. It's definitely a testament to how well this mod is built, though. The fact that it's still able to actually function with it being that badly damaged. I believe it's got a limited slip difference on the front, so technically the other side should still be pulling. Granted, it may not be as well as it normally would, but if it's a limited slip, the driver's side should still be pulling a little bit. It doesn't look like I'm freewheeling it there, so we're going to keep going. My only hope is that I can get that tire to rip off on its own, and hopefully it happens on one of these jumps like this because it'd be spectacular to see. Hey, no, actually it's straight again. Alright. Come on. Actually, I take it back. I think it is freewheeling it. I didn't see any power going to that front end at all. Oh, don't hit that. It is not wanting to turn very well. Still managed to do it anyways, but just not very well. We are on to lap 2. Hey, bumper. Thank God that tire straightened back out again, though. The CV axle may be busted, but at least it's still staying on and allowing me to put weight on that side of the car. So when I do hit the brakes, oh come on, did I just lose steering? I did. Oh, that is a bummer. All right, we're gonna try to back up onto the actual pavement and see if the other side's got any. I still have it on that side, but it looks like, oh, that's a bummer right there. Last chance, and it power through with that one side trying to. Oh come on, I don't think it's not gonna do it. I can't turn into this section here. Yep, it completely broke the tie rod, so I can't turn, and unfortunately, that's what took this car out. We are at 2.2 miles, so right at 2 miles. Unfortunately, it did not go anywhere near what I thought it was going to, but it was definitely a fun little mod to try out, though. This one, what's cool about it is everything inside functions the way it's supposed to. Gauges work, lights work. I mean, this mod is a work of freaking art, and this it even has these lights turn on whenever you hit the. Well, actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to get this to not turn on, but yeah, very beautiful mod. I just realized I think I did this without. I don't think I have reflections turned on. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh well. Well, you know what? It has been a fun match. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think my next series is going to be on. I guess we'll find out real quick before I let you guys go. I think we're going to try out either the Piccolino or the. I guess we're going to go from the lowest amount of cars in each series to the higher amounts. So that's going to be the looks like the SBR. I'm sorry. No, you know what? Here, we're gonna try these two next time and see which one of these can last longer. I feel like the Pigeon's gonna last longer than this, but this does have three. It does have four wheels, so I guess we'll find out. It has been a very, very, very fun match with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for the love of God, if you buy a Subaru in real life, keep the oil changed. My own advice. See you later, guys.